started on a rainy October night, the kind that makes everything feel hollow and distant. Emily had just moved into her new apartment, a tiny place in a rundown building at the edge of town. The floor creaked with every step, and the wind howled through cracks in the window frames. She was a freelance writer, often awake past midnight, her only company being the faint hum of her computer and the cold glow of the screen. That night, after hours of scrolling aimlessly through social media, she found a post on a horror discussion forum titled Chatroom 666. Enter if you dare. The comments below were half joking, half fearful. People claiming it was an old deep web chat room that appeared only between 3 o'clock and 3:06 a.m. Some said it was just a prank from the early 2000s. Others swore that anyone who joined never came back online again. Emily, intrigued by the absurdity of it, decided she'd check it out herself. After all, she was researching for her new story about online urban legends. At exactly 3 a.m., she copied the strange code from the post into her browser. The screen flickered, went black, then lines of red text began to appear. Welcome to Chatroom 666. Type your name. She hesitated for a second before typing. Emily writes. Then came the sound of faint static like whispers through a radio, and new usernames began to appear one by one. Watcher01, Crimson Tongue, the nameless 666 admin, Emily chuckled. It was probably some horror fans running a creepy roleplay. She typed, nice setup guys. Very spooky. But nobody replied. After a few seconds, a message appeared from Watcher01. Do you believe in ghosts, Emily? She frowned. How did they know her real name? She hadn't used it anywhere on that forum. Before she could type back, another user, 666 admin, wrote, we've been waiting for you. Then the chat flooded with messages from all users, repeating the same sentence, we've been waiting for you. Her heart pounded. She typed quickly, okay, who are you? How do you know me? The screen glitched, and suddenly, all usernames vanished except 666 admin. Then came another message. Look behind you. Emily froze. Her small apartment was silent except for the rain. Slowly she turned. Nothing. Just her reflection in the darkened window. When she looked back at the screen, a new message blinked. You shouldn't have looked. The computer suddenly made a sharp pop, the lights flickered, and the window slammed shut behind her. Emily screamed and stumbled backward. The power came back after a few seconds, and the chat room had disappeared. Only her desktop wallpaper remained, except the image had changed. It now showed a blurry photo of her sitting at her desk, taken from behind. Trembling, she shut the laptop and unplugged it. She tried to rationalize it, maybe a hacker, maybe malware. She didn't sleep that night. The next day, she went to the local cafe and used their Wi-Fi to look up the history of Chatroom 666. She found old Reddit threads and blog posts from 2008 to 2012. People described eerily similar experiences. Joining at 3 a.m., being greeted by the same usernames, hearing strange noises afterward, and seeing distorted faces in reflections. One post ended abruptly mid-sentence, the last words being, if you join, don't answer when they ask your name. Emily decided to contact one of the usernames she found repeatedly mentioned, Watcher01. She found an old email connected to it on a forgotten archive forum. She sent a message explaining what happened, and within minutes, she got a reply, leave your apartment. Now. They found you. Her stomach twisted. She immediately called her friend Jason, a cybersecurity expert. He laughed when she told him the story, but agreed to come over that evening to check her laptop. When Jason arrived, he plugged in his external drive and ran a system scan. Nothing's wrong, he said after a while. No malware, no remote access, nothing weird. Maybe it was a prank site. But Emily was unconvinced. She felt eyes on her even as they talked. Jason stayed for dinner to calm her nerves. Around 2:50 a.m., the lights flickered again. Emily froze. Not again, she whispered. Jason frowned. It's just the power, he said, but then her laptop, which was turned off, suddenly powered on by itself. The same red text appeared. Welcome back, Emily. Jason stared in disbelief. How the hell is it running without power? He muttered. Emily backed away. Then the speakers crackled, and a faint voice whispered, Jason, she's ours. Jason slammed the laptop shut, yanked the cord, and it went dark again. We're getting rid of this thing, he said, grabbing it. But when he looked at the screen one last time before smashing it, his face went pale. Emily, is this you? The display showed a live video feed of Emily's face, except her eyes were completely black. Jason dropped the laptop. It shattered, sparks flying, and the screen went blank. They both sat in silence, breathing heavily. After that night, Emily moved in temporarily with Jason, afraid to be alone. For a few days, things seemed normal. Then one morning, Jason woke to find Emily sitting in front of his computer, the glow of the screen lighting her pale face. He rubbed his eyes. "Em, what are you doing?" She didn't respond. When he looked closer, he saw the words on the screen. "Welcome to Chatroom 666. Type your name." He yelled her name and shook her shoulder, but she was unresponsive, her eyes open and unblinking. Then she turned slowly toward him, a faint smile stretching across her lips. "They're waiting for you too," she whispered. Jason screamed and slammed the laptop shut, unplugging it. But when he turned around, Emily was gone. The chair spun slowly where she'd been sitting. He called the police, but there was no sign of forced entry, no sign of Emily anywhere. Days turned into weeks. Jason fell into a fog of insomnia and paranoia. He tried to track the IP logs of the chat room, but each attempt led to an address that didn't exist. Then one night, as he sat in his darkened apartment, his phone buzzed with a message from an unknown number. You shouldn't have closed it. Attached was a photo of Emily, standing behind him, taken that very moment. He turned around, but there was nothing there. After that, Jason's neighbors reported hearing screams from his apartment. But when police arrived, it was empty. His computer was on, displaying the same chat window. "Welcome to Chatroom 666. Type your name." A year later, a new tenant named Mark moved into Emily's old apartment. He found a dusty flash drive under the floorboard. Curious, he plugged it into his PC. It contained a single text file titled README. When opened, it displayed one line: "Join us at 3 a.m. Mark laughed, thinking it was some edgy internet joke. But he couldn't shake the curiosity. That night, at 2:59, he sat in front of his computer, waiting. As the clock struck 3 o'clock, the screen flickered and the red text appeared. "Welcome to Chatroom 666. Type your name." He hesitated, but finally typed, "Mark." Dozens of usernames flooded in, including Watcher01, Crimson Tongue, The Nameless, and Emily Writes. Then a message appeared. "We've been waiting for you." His screen glitched violently, showing a distorted reflection of his own face, eyes black, mouth twisted. The speakers emitted a shrill static, and then the power went out. Mark's body was found 3 days later, seated at his desk, eyes open, face frozen in terror. The police ruled it as a heart attack, though his webcam had been torn out and smashed on the floor. The files on his computer were wiped clean, except for one new folder labeled Chatroom_666. Inside were hundreds of screenshots of people sitting at their computers, each with the same terrified expression, each timestamped at 3 a.m. Among them was a new image, the police officer who had found the body, staring into the camera, unaware the photo had even been taken. Over the years, Chatroom 666 became one of those internet legends whispered about in forums and horror threads, blamed for countless vanishings and deaths. Some say it's a government experiment gone wrong. Others say it's a digital haunting, a curse that spreads through connection itself. But no matter what you believe, the rules are the same. Never open unknown links at 3 a.m. Never type your real name. And if you ever see the words, "Welcome to Chatroom 666, just shut down your computer before it's too late.